Let's talk about the progression ladder when it comes to kicking up. What you have to understand is that kicking up is not the same as balancing. People kick up for the sake of being upside down and then do the fun stuff, which is balancing. But in the process, you're not improving your kick up. I like to talk about the analogy of juggling with too many balls in the air. Kicking up is one ball. Having the right alignment at the end of your kick up is another ball. Balancing is yet another ball. You can't even juggle with one ball properly, and you're asking yourself to juggle with three balls when you kick up and try to balance. This is not conducive to progress. This is too fast, too soon. Handstands are better understood in silos when you work independently on the different pillars that sustain this structure, and kicking up is one of them, and probably the first one you should pay attention to. The progressions are as follow. At first, we are a complete beginner. We try to kick up, but we can't touch the wall. Our mission is going to be to find a way to understand what our legs have to do and what our shoulders have to do, and how to generate momentum and how to become less afraid of being upside down for your leading leg, which we're going to call the back leg, to get closer and closer to the wall every week until progression 2, you start touching the wall. Touching the wall is not the same as landing on the wall. Touching the wall means you're kind of bouncing back from the wall down to the floor. Once you can touch the wall consistently, we're going to start landing on the wall. And this is already a great step. But usually at that stage, the person lands on the wall, but the way they look like once they have landed on the wall varies from one rep to the other, from one set to the other. That's problematic. Each position, each shape, each alignment is like a board game, and you're trying to figure out the rules of the board game you've been invited to play. If you keep, without even realizing it, changing the shape with which you land on the wall, you keep changing the board game you're trying to figure out, the board game you're trying to play, which makes your understanding of the rules much harder. So we have to aim at that stage for what we're going to call an identical kick-up, something that is boring, that looks the same. When I am in the class, I like to say to the people who are working on that, I want to be looking at you 1 second, turn my head to see another student, look back at you and feel that you are still doing the exact same thing. Feel like you're glitching because it looks exactly the same. Once we can land in an identical way, we want to start landing softly against the wall. The difference between this and this. This is important because landing harshly on the wall, as you can imagine, will not do so well without it. You will have too much momentum. Even if you know what to do with your fingers to balance, you will never be able to catch that. Once we can land softly against the wall, we want to be able to freeze before we land. That is, stop ourselves in our tracks, kill the momentum completely before we land on the wall every single time. Once we can do that, we may try to float off the wall, maybe by taking a bit more distance between our hands and the wall. Once we can do that, we probably are ready to do the same without the wall. So let me know, which progression are you at? I understand that what separates one progression from the other is at least a few weeks, probably sometimes a few months of deliberate practice in which you're going to be doing specific drills. But at least now you have an idea of what the next step is. One of the worst things you can do for your handstand journey is to think that until you get your 30-second freestanding handstand consistently, you don't have a handstand. But you're here. And if you don't see the micro victories along the way, the landmarks that you need to go through to get there, the different base camps As you ascend that mountain that handstands are, you will get frustrated because you won't be able to acknowledge how far you've come. Your next base camp, the next peak you want to conquer is the next progression of that kick up. And only at that price will you know what to work on specifically. Otherwise, you're going to keep putting the cart before the horse and working on things that are too complex for you and never quite get there and get frustrated. Handstands have to be enjoyable. Handstands have to be trained smartly for you to progress faster.